Hello everyone. So today I want to show you an easy way to update all your Windows drivers on your machine. This could be a painful task because there are quite a few drivers on your machine, and even though Microsoft does a pretty good job keeping you up to date when you run Windows updates, you can still go out and actually get the manufacturer update and install that on your machine. And let me show you this utility that I have found, and this will make life easier. So I'm gonna put this link in the description, so you can just have a direct download to the utility. Now I know there are many out there that say they do it, but I honestly I don't think any of them do. They are just spam or malware or whatever it is. I found this utility to work the best, so I just downloaded it into my download folder. Actually, I downloaded it twice, so let me delete the one I have, or the one I just downloaded. So let me extract the one I just downloaded. So right click, extract all, and just go through the motions to get it extracted. So there are two different versions of this. I'm only going to link to the light version because I think the full one is about 25 gigs and you don't need that. You don't need the entire database. You only need part of it, and let it just download the drivers that you really need on your machine. So as you can see, it extracted it to this folder and just opened it automatically for me. So I'm on a 64-bit machine. Most of you will also be on a 64-bit machine. Unless you're running Windows 7, then you might be on 32. I'm going to run the 64-bit, and as you can see, it's 64 here. That's what it says in the name. So I know this is the one I need to run. And yes, I'm going to give it administrative permissions. And this is the program. And yes, the firewall, you will need to allow access, because otherwise it won't be able to download what it needs. So allow access, and on this window, you can certainly download all the drivers and all the driver packs, but I'm only going to download the indexes because I don't need everything. I just need drivers that are required for this particular machine. All right, so right now it's just downloading the indexes of the file. So it's like an informational database that it actually is going to download. All right, so this shouldn't take too long, even though it says 35 minutes, but there it goes. So as soon as this is done, I will go ahead and continue and show you what to click, and that way you can just update everything. All right, so it looks like this is done. So this will give you a list of all the drivers that your machine has built in, or all your hardware, and because these obviously this is all hardware related, and these are all the drivers that you will need on your machine. So this is what I like to do. I like to create a restore point just in case something happens to your machine, because a driver can break your machine. You can at least go ahead and restore it. So what you want to do is click on this, click here to start, and this will give you a list of everything that you can download. But I'm going to only do this PC, so this PC only, and I'm just going to click OK. And what this is going to do is just going to filter out everything that only this machine needs. All right, and I'm just going to do select all, which is 30 drivers, and it's about 6.79 gigs. So some of them are really big, some of them are not. So I'm just going to click on install here, and this is going to start downloading. And once it downloads everything, it's just going to start installing it. So I'm going to come back to this in a little bit. I'm going to let it download, and then I'll continue from there. And this is just a side note. You can certainly go and download each additional manufacturer driver manually, but that just takes a lot of time. So this is fairly easy, and it's just no brainer to do it this way. Back in the day, you had to look up the You had to look up the hardware ID and then Google it and then make sure you got to find the right driver for it. This just automatically IDs it for you and just goes out to the manufacturer and downloads it. Very, good, easy process. This is a great utility. All right, so my download is just about done. It's at 98%. I wanted to show you guys what this looks like because it's just going to start. It says here installing already, but it's going to start installing soon as it downloads, so that way it can. This will here will change. I think it will turn green, I believe. Yep. Or okay. So restore complete, which or I guess it's creating one right now, and it will. Oh, there it goes. Okay, this is what I was saying. Yeah, this will give you a progress of which driver it's doing and which step it's on and so on. So it's kind of neat. It's good utility. I think it's very useful, so that way you don't have to go out to each site and find which driver you need and so on and so forth. So this just does everything for you. All right, so I'm going to run through this, and when this is done, I'll show you what you need to do next. It's going to ask you to reboot after everything is installed. A lot of drivers don't need a reboot, but you should reboot anyway. But some drivers do need a reboot, and you'll see it pop up here. So as soon as this comes up, I'll let you guys take a look. All right, so as you can see, I am 28 of 30, and right here, if there is a reboot required, it lights up in orange. So it says system restart required. So that way you'll know you have to reboot your machine. You should anyway after an update like this. Oh, interesting. Now it says 27 of 30. Before it was 28 of 30. Very interesting. Anyway, I'm just waiting for this to finish up. All right, looks like this is still going, but it looks like I have an error, and this is something I want to talk about. So right here it says failed to install more optimum driver available through its older not signed internet signature. And what that means is the signatures are signed by Microsoft, so you don't get malware on your machine. That's really what it really means. Well, I guess you might get pop-ups, which I didn't even know. So what's going to happen is it's going to tell you that it needs to, I guess it needs to install a more recent or more optimal driver. So as you can see on the left window here, on this white window on the left bottom, it says signature 2.6, but the newer one is 2.10, which sounds like Intel has not directly signed with Microsoft, even though it did install. So, and as you can see, these dates, the date is from 2015, which it might have vulnerabilities and so on. So you should really install the latest driver, which is, this one looks like it's from 22 of March. So if you get that error, just tell it to install it anyway, just like I did when I got the pop-up message, and just go from there. You want the newer one because a lot of the times, yes, the older ones are signed, and the newer drivers may not be signed because they were just released. Not so in this case, but what's going to happen is you will get the latest and greatest. So just in case if there are vulnerabilities, those are patched with the driver on your machine. So now looks like an installation complete. System needs to be rebooted. So I'm going to go ahead and reboot this, and as soon as this is done, I will come back and just show you that everything's been updated. All right, so it looks like I'm just logging in back into this machine after an update. So I'm just going to take a look at device manager. There's not much that I can really look at that. I do have an issue here. What is this? An audio. audio drivers. So let's see, I'm just going to use this let's see, search. All right, of course it can't find it. All right, let's see what this utility shows us. Let's see, downloads. Let's run this utility. I'm going to just rescan it and see what it really wants, what it's missing. Where is it? Oh, there it goes. All right, select. Okay, indexing. All right, looks like it's indexing right now. All right, so it looks like it's re-indexing my drivers. Let's see what it shows me now. So this has been updated. It looks like everything is up to date because I just hit refresh to re-index, and it looks like everything is. Let's see what happens if I do current refresh. All right, how about older? Okay, according to this utility, it's up to date. Okay, so I was clicking through this stuff and finally figure out what it's kind of complaining about. All right, so on the left side here it says apps and driver packs. Um, if you just select unknown, it'll show you which ones are missing the packs themselves. So this utility, Snappy Driver Installer, it just can't. They just don't have this one in a database and this one and so on. So as you saw the device manager right here, this is an audio device, and I'm pretty sure it's either it's one of these. I looked up the hardware ID, and they are the ones that complaining about. So don't worry about it. This is not really a critical issue that you might have. Um, but in any case, all the ones that are current and up to date uh, have been updated. If there are some that can't update and you still want to do it, you're going to have to um, go into your device manager, which in Windows 11 you can just do right click and device manager. You can do the same thing in Windows 10, and then it'll give you all the devices on the list. You can then go into the one that's missing, go into details, go into hardware ID, and just copy this ID, and you will need to manually go onto Intel website, since we know this is an Intel device, and start looking for this driver, and then you can manually install it. Um, there's really no easier way of doing that if there is a driver missing on your machine. All right, let me know what you guys think. If you have any other utilities that you think work even better than this one, let me know. I want to check it out because drivers are always a pain to update if they come available. This one just kind of does everything for you. So I would love to know if there are any other ones. All right, let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.